Hey everybody, welcome to HearthCenter. Sorry about the late start tonight, a little technical difficulties, but we are up and running, and we are excited. We got a full house tonight. I am Donde, as always, excited to be here on a Wednesday evening. Mako is joining me. How you doing, buddy? Oh, living, tired, exhausted, all that stuff, but we're here. We got a mobile tuna down below there. He's on his cellular device tonight. Tuna, what's up? Tuna downstream. That's a segment that we'll have to work on whenever you want to talk about something. Just go on a walkabout. Hopefully your data holds up. We'll have to have Tuna be reporting on things live from the actual real world. And Lotus is here too. Lotus, what? Oh, okay, yeah. Why would that be? Oh man, hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Mako, buddy, how are you tonight? Tell me
Can
how
you
you
hear me
feel.
now? I already did, but well, we should ask the man, the man in the high castle here, Saku over. Saku, can you hear me?
I told you there were
I
technical
shouldn't say the
difficulties
man in the
tonight.
high castle. I think that was Hitler, right? Is that what that is in the show? Okay, my bad. Sorry, Saku.
Startlingly relevant at this point in time. We should probably stray away.
Saku is anti-Hitler. We all know this.
This is good.
Of course.
This is good.
Anyways,
Lotus is here too. Lotus hasn't talked yet, so we assume he's still alive.
I'm alive. I'm here. I just
Great.
forgot to unmute and I was talking.
That's alright. That's alright. Well, everybody's here. The gang's all here. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. So as you can see at the bottom of the screen here, we're gonna talk about Week 10, the meta, the recap. We have our THL 5-year anniversary HearthCenter event spectacular. 5 whole years. It's crazy. That's coming up next Wednesday, so we'll talk a little bit about that just so y'all know what's going on. We got the man Mako, who's been putting it all together, here to tell us all about it. So yeah, that's him right there. And of course, we are in the final week of the pro regular season this week. So this is crunch time. Some teams are eliminated, some teams are not, and only one team has locked up a playoff spot. So we'll talk about that when we get there. But for now, why don't we go? Oh,
you're forgetting something. You're forgetting something big.
Am I forgetting something big?
You're forgetting about one of the most important things. The upcoming series, Donde.
Where's our Battlegrounds team review?
Oh, I didn't put it in the agenda.
Put it in the agenda.
The graphics are loaded in here, I assure you. We will fix this. Oh yeah, we're gonna reveal Battlegrounds tonight. How about that? Let's reveal Battlegrounds.
Oh my goodness!
Listen,
Donde.
I slept like 3 hours last night. All right.
I slept 0 hours last night.
That's unfortunate.
I slept 8.
I was watching it like fantasy sports updates, man. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, no, it's the worst kind of updates. The worst kind of fantasy sports I can ever think of. Because it's very real. Alright, well, let's talk about the meta from last week. Let's go ahead and pull that up on the screen while I fix things. This one was an interesting one. I actually expanded the poll, because normally we only go to the lineups that have 3 or more, and as you can see, there were only 4 instances of that this past week, with the top 4 lineups being 3 or more, and then everything else was 2 or less. So a lot of diversity this past week. Some of it worked out pretty well, some of it worked out pretty poorly, but ultimately you can see the ones that were brought the most, top 2 lineups there, worked great. 8-2, 5-3. Demon Hunter, Mage, Priest, Warrior. Demon Hunter, Paladin, Priest, Warrior. So Demon Hunter, Priest, Warrior were present in the best lineups. I know we talked about this briefly today, Lotus. You wanted to talk about your boy Illidan.
Yeah, Demon Hunter is performing really well. You can see a 50% win rate with a pretty high number of bans, and all the lineups with Demon Hunter, other than the weird Demon Hunter, Mage, Priest, Rogue, have been doing really well. It just shows the state the class is in. I think it's you can't really argue that it's the strongest class right now in ladder just because of the results we're seeing. but it just has great performance. And I'm not even going to talk about the absurdly OP card it's getting. But it's just posing a really big threat, and I think it's really hard to target it. Both Demon Hunter and Warrior are in this interesting position that, yeah, you can target it, but it's not that easy. No one has been super successfully. They're both around the 50s. Meanwhile, Druid has been smashed this week with a 16% win rate, which it's not great.
That undersells it a little bit, I believe. Yeah, it's definitely very poor.
Yeah. Same for Rogue. Even though Rogue was a popular pick, Rogue didn't really perform. I actually think Rogue not performing has a lot to do with Demon Hunter, because Demon Hunter has pretty good Rogue matchups. Only Weapon is a little bit favored against some Demon Hunter lists, and not even all of them. So something to keep an eye out for. Not sure Rogue will be as dominant or as present this week just because of these numbers.
Agent PW rolling in to take credit for that one Druid win. I'm going to guess he's the Druid Hunter Paladin Shaman lineup there that got a win as well. So
did you miss?
He said that was 2 weeks ago. He made a mistake.
Immediately after.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Self-corrected.
Well, I have been misled.
Yeah, you have.
And I feel like Agent PW is just one mistake away from a ban at this point.
Wow.
So,
Ooh.
Get your shit together.
Rigged.
Well, it's too late to apologize, I guess.
That's all right. All right, so the meta, I think it's interesting here that it consolidated pretty heavily. You know, Demon Hunter's been very strong for several weeks now, and as you mentioned, Lotus, it is hard to counter it. It's effectively anyway. It's just not when at least with Soul Demon Hunter, which has been the most popular archetype of it, it's just not a deck that you can consistently target and it gets through a lot of the time. And even with that 50% win rate, it's still dangerous. So yeah, I like Demon Hunter in a lot of lineups, and it's banned a decent amount too. It's second most banned class next to Warrior, which again took 13 bans this week, so not surprising there. So yeah, I think it's interesting. Paladin, for at least one of us, was very poor last week. 5 total losses. Couple of them were here. Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that soon.
Yeah. I mean, Paladin has performed really well. 72% win rate in a week is crazy, and Paladin is the second best win rate class overall this whole season, only behind Mage. So
it's a little more targetable though.
It's targetable. The issue is it doesn't seem like anyone's targeting it super consistently because there are only 6 bans and it's 72% win rate.
Someone hard targeted this past week and swept their opponent.
There was a VOD, I think it got deleted though. So
I got deleted.
That's fair.
Either that or Saku just failed to upload it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what happened. Sure.
When in doubt, blame the Canadian.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right. Well, let's move on to talk about Week 10 recap style. First, the picks, which continuing the theme of things that didn't go well for me. I was last. Everyone else tied for first. So I'm still in second.
Yep.
Still ahead of Brushy, which is great. But yeah, Mako's pulling away from us here. Well, he didn't really pull away from Lotus or Brushy this week, vis-a-vis being tied. But for me, I got smacked pretty hard.
I've ran a hard-fought prediction season, and I'd like to claim victory early. I think we've got it. I think we have points we need, and I think we got it in the bag. So I think this is mine.
So when we're adding in future picks to the sheet, you're going to run in and claim that we need to stop adding those picks?
Stop the picks. Stop
right
the picks. Right now.
Can we get the board to approve on it?
You're forgetting I am the board.
2-star, I am the Senate Mako. All right. Well, enough about my failures for now, anyway. Well, again, there's more failure to come.
We'll wait.
Shh.
I'm waiting.
I know.
I can't. It's building up.
I'm wondering if right now everything below what we can see on camera has been like you've just disrobed and you're just gonna streak away when we talk about our match.
No. I'm chilling in my blue sweatpants and my Cookie Monster sweatshirt.
There you go.
Just vibing outside.
Well, we got other matches to talk about first. For the boys and the Beard Boys specifically, this was a big upset. For the boys, falls for the first time this season. The Beard Boys 16-8. Beard Boys on a little bit of a heater. They are mathematically alive still in the playoffs here, and that's due in large part to this win. So that's it's going to take basically a miracle for them to make the playoffs, but with the win from Turtle, always just in time, Inzi in getting his first win of the season there. Only Buck Nasty got a win over Honest Abe for the boys. So I guess if you're for the boys at this point, you'd rather get the loss out of the way now. Go into the playoffs and say, all right, the pressure's off. We don't have to worry about the undefeated season anymore. We can just go ahead, focus on winning, and not have to worry about that extra little pressure. I know a little bit something about that as a Patriots fan. Get close. You don't care about the undefeated season if you don't win the championship.
18-1.
It happened. So for the boys would much rather take that loss now, I'm sure. If you're them, I'm not stressing. I don't think this is too much of a problem. It does possibly let Hyper Horizon creep back into the top seed discussion, but I don't think that's that big of a deal. Lotus, I'll kick it over to you here. What are your thoughts?
There's some small things to talk here. I would say, first of all, the Beard Boys had some good margin on the win. It's a really good margin, and they are back. A team that, honestly, I had given up on for quite a while, because as much as I like everyone in this team, they haven't kicked in this season.
I'm trying to get some.
Yeah, I think... I don't know. This match makes it a lot more confusing for the ending. I just hope for the boys aren't pulling Amishas from last season that crushed it and then lost the last 2 weeks and lost some playoffs.
I mean, as one of their competitors, I wouldn't be that upset. But yeah, at the same time, it is kind of reminiscent of that, like you said, hoping for their sake that's not a repeat performance there. We lost Tuna briefly here, Mako.
We did. I got bigger.
You and a little bit left. We'll the cams will fix themselves when he rejoins. So Mako, anything you want to say here about the double boy matchup? Boys to men, if you will. I don't know.
Get out of here. I hate it here so much. No, not really. I mean, for the boys had a solid lead, and I mean, all this did was hinder it a little bit, but didn't really do a whole lot. I mean, the Beard Boys are still fairly out of contention. I don't know mathematically if they are. Or
They're not mathematically out, but it is not. It
definitely
not
helped
very
them,
likely.
but it's I think we're looking at a match that, if the Beard Boys had 10 more points under their belt, this would have been huge, and we would have been like, oh no, the Beard Boys might squeak into that 4th spot. But I think we're just looking at a match that's gonna, in the long run, not have affected the playoff race at all.
Potentially, but if you're the Beard Boys, you still feel good about the last few weeks of the season.
You
put
do.
Together a couple good weeks back to back.
I mean, going into next season, if you're returning here, the Beard Boys, the last 2 weeks, you'd be like, oh, nice. But yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, Tuna made it back. Tuna, any thoughts on this before we move on to match number 2?
This just shows how good the Beard Boys truly were all season. Who knows if they would have started off week 1 like this, what the season would look like. But that's about all I got.
All right. Match number 2. Hype Horizon versus Taplast. Taplast kept this one pretty competitive. 14-10. Hype Horizon wins. And as we mentioned before, they draw a little bit closer to For the Boys. Only 7 points out of first at this time. Hype Horizon not 100% locked into the playoff race, but I don't really see a scenario in which they don't make it, because that would basically require Aeon to sweep out and Hyper Horizon to get 0 points this upcoming week. So 14
there's a chance.
it is certainly a
There is
chance.
a chance.
Uh,
The opponents this week are strong.
their opponents this week are moving up in the standings for sure.
Yeah, there's no way someone comes back from a 28-3 deficit in the Super Bowl, right?
Right.
Right, exactly.
So Cool Kid gets a win for Hyper Horizon, and then a pair of sweeps at the bottom there, McBanterface and D-Money over the last champ and Jester. Your Mumcat and CMAC get the wins to get to 500 for Taplast. Still, again, Taplast one of those teams that's just fighting for pride at this point, and just ideally, if they can get out of the basement there, going from first to last is a tough run. So I'm sure they'll be trying this last week. You know, what I think is interesting is CMAX swept and brought Shaman. The last champ got swept and brought Shaman. So I guess you can't really draw too many conclusions from the power of Thrall at this point. But yeah, Hyper Horizon continues to get back on track here with the W. Mako?
That was incredible analysis. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, okay, CMAX Shaman got banned.
One guy brought Shaman. One guy brought Shaman. One guy also brought Shaman. One lost, one won. We're nowhere.
I actually
no conclusions are being
one
drawn.
lost, the other didn't get played.
I love it. Yeah, I think we're looking at the same thing with the first one. We're just looking at a matchup that's went. I mean, the first one didn't go as expected, but it's didn't have much of a role on the playoff race going into the final week, and I think this match played less of a role in the playoff race, considering the team that lost is mathematically eliminated. So I don't know. We're looking at we've looked at the teams that are going to finish first and second for the boys in Hyper Horizon. I think they're going to stay consistent for this next week. So win about as expected. Yep.
All right, Tuna.
No, I mean y'all said all my thoughts on this matchup, so I'm good.
All right, Lotus.
Yeah, I think I agree with basically everything you all said. I like seeing Taplast have some less breath here. I think it's still a good team. I don't get how they didn't do well this season after winning the last one. It's just cursing. Really, that seems to be the case.
Yeah, I mean, meta is a thing, obviously, that doesn't always jive with the team. I think the interesting thing to me is that even with their last place standing right now, they're still averaging 11 points a week, which means that they are not getting blown out or anything. Every week is competitive for them, and I know they scored a little bit less than their average this week, but at the same time, that means that every match with them is still, you know, a game. Like, they're just not out there getting swept all the time. We've had teams in Pro like that before. There is no team like that this season. Every team is a competitive team that can beat you on any given week. So, yeah, we'll have to see if Taplast can finish strong, and Hyper Horizon can hold on to second or pass for the boys. But for now, let's talk about match number 3, which is Bad to the Bone versus the Windkeepers. So, Windkeepers are mathematically eliminated at this point. They did need this win, and Bad to the Bone denied that with a 16-7 win of their own. Bad to the Bone hangs on to third place. A little bit of a gap here between them and F2L, only 4 points. It is conceivable that Bad to the Bone could end up in second, but if that happens, of course, that would just swap them in Hyper Horizon, and they will still play the same team in the playoffs. So really more just for for the fun of saying they made second instead of third, but the matchup would still be the same. So we got a couple wins here for Bad to the Bone. Avi with a 3-1 over Clone. A2 looks like a DQ win over Easy Bake. And then Lotus, you got a win over Nails 3-2. Dardar continues to do Dardar things and sweeps Free Hong Kong. With Agent PWE, he did not bring Druid, as we can see, of course. He beat Atomos. That's probably for the best man that you didn't bring Druid, because that struggled. So this is not the way the Windkeepers want the season to effectively end, but they were one of those teams that was kind of a long shot to probably make the playoffs to begin with anyway.
Right.
And where they ended up here on the season, 131 points, or I guess not ended up, but like right in the thick of things, right into the last few weeks of the season, I think it's still an impressive run for them. And Bad to the Bone is pretty much the team that we expected them to be. So Lotus, I'll start with you since you are a member of this team, Bad to the Bone here, and talk to us about this match.
I mean, this was a good match. I really like my team. Everyone in Bad to the Bone is fun. We're talking to each other a bit more than usual, which is almost zero. But yeah, we're talking to each other, hyping each other up. I had the biggest RNG off that I've played in quite a while. With just Mage versus Priest and my priest versus his mage, and the match where I believe it was my mage versus his paladin were so RNG heavy. I haven't seen in a while a match go like that. We had just a few interesting things. We had 5 wave of apathies in a single game. Yogbox casting Eye of the Storm and the Grand Slam as its last 2 spells. And these are just some of the highlights of everything that happened. It was really insane. So this was one of the matches. I usually don't complain about RNG. This was one where both of us at the end were like, just so much. This was insane.
Yeah, it's a bit of an RNG meta right now, and that's kind of the reality, especially with Mage. Created by is what they do right now, and even with the nerf to Evocation and Slayer Prime, they're still playable cards. They're still seeing play, and still sometimes Mage just gets there, regardless, because you can't play around everything all the time. Tuna, talking to you now. Bad to the Bone. They did the thing against Windkeepers. Anything surprising here to you? Anything else that Lotus didn't touch on?
No, this is just what Bad to the Bone need here. Just another win like this in this upcoming week to ensure that they get their playoff spot here with this final week coming. So they just need to repeat and they'll be good to go. But, as we saw last week or 2 weeks ago, maybe sometimes they'll just lose a game that we're not expecting them to. So they just got to keep this going.
Yep, gotta keep the focus all the way through. Mako, thoughts here?
Nope.
You just excited to get to match 4?
Yeah.
I'm just excited to get the. I'm just hurrying this along so we can get to the Battlegrounds.
All right.
That's fact.
Unknown 14-10 over Aeon. Skip.
Yeah, we can skip this one.
No.
Skip.
Tuna flexing. So this is a weird one. Both teams 5 and 5 now.
Skips in chat, please.
Yeah, skips in chat. Unknown with a win. Second win in, over potentially playoff bound teams. For them, they are again mathematically eliminated here. Aeon very much not, but might point to this week being the it won't matter. Might point to this week being the one that did Aeon in. So Arhat and yours truly got swept by Isocles and his truly, with Markshire holding it down with a 3-0 win over Solo Jazz, and Neji got a win as he's been doing a lot of, and Ron somehow gets a win over Risen, 3-2. So this one all over the place. Either the matches were super competitive or entirely uncompetitive. I will say, before Brushy can gloat, I got beaten all 3 phases this week. I got out prepped, I got out planned, and I certainly got outplayed. So I'll just leave it at that and lick my wounds. So we will talk to Tuna last because I need to put a little bit of distance between me and him. So Lotus, what did you think about this one?
I'm gonna do celebratory push-ups while I wait.
Talk a long time, Lotus. So you have to do a lot of push-ups.
I just want to give my time to Tuna. He deserves it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give some time to Charup in chat for gifting five subs.
Yeah.
So. Hell yeah, Charup.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Tuna's repping it out for your subs, man.
Yeah.
So
rep it for the subs.
So I need to sing in Spanish. I'll sing in Spanish. I'll do something whenever we're going for Battlegrounds. I'll do something special.
All right, I'll notify you ahead of time.
Sure. How does Mako feel about me singing "Estoy aquí"?
You want me to give you a song?
Alexa, play Despacito.
Anyways, yeah, I don't want to look at this match anymore.
All right, Tuna, go ahead.
You couldn't face reality, Donde, and where did that leave you? Back to me. So,
My sadness is immeasurable and my day is ruined.
it's all right. All I know is you got beat up by Shaman.
Yeah, while
Swept them.
playing Shaman.
While playing Shaman. Hey, your Shaman list sucked, and I said that when you
My
submitted it.
Shaman was bad. My lists were bad. My prep was wrong.
Yep.
Everything was not good.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
all right. Aeon hopefully has better days ahead, but there's might only be one day
The
left.
unknown playoff crushes.
Did you submit a shaman list without consulting me, Donde?
Listen, I posted that and I didn't hear from you, so
Did you ping me?
I ping everybody, dog.
I don't think you did.
Anyway, match number 5, F2L versus Canadian Clown Fiesta. F2L, the great benefactors of the Aeon spanking, leapfrogged them in the standings to get into 4th place, and with 8 points ahead of Aeon is a pretty comfortable lead going into the final week. They really took it to Canadian Clown Fiesta with an 18-8 win. 4 of the 5 matches were wins for F2L with Glee, Berserk, Rescue Wabbit, Itachi. Only Mustache Man Jammies himself did not get a win as he fell to Yockster in the 5. So big week for F2L. They really needed the win, and they got it. Not much else to say about it other than that. They were a team that, struggled last season after being dominant 2 seasons prior, and looks like they have a chance to maybe get back into the playoffs again. Mako, what do you think here?
I think this matchup, or this match, might have put the initial nail into Aeon's playoff coffin without putting the hammer to it just yet.
Aeon just making a habit of that 5th place finish in the regular season, unfortunately.
I mean, we still got. I mean, there's still one more week, but it's this match hurt real bad.
It does. There is one more factor that we will talk about in the upcoming playoff race in Week 11 segment that does help Aeon tremendously here. We won't get into that quite yet, but for now, Lotus, any thoughts on this matchup?
F2O needed the win because they're going to be facing For the Boys.
Excuse me, I just tried to set up that segment for next segment.
Come on, Lotus.
Little drama, please.
All right, skip.
Well, they needed this win, though, and I think this was important.
It was. It definitely was. They have a very tough matchup coming up, and that does help out the other teams who are in playoff contention. Tuna, your thoughts?
No, I mean this match went almost exactly how I thought it would go. I thought Canadian Clown Fiesta would only get one win. The win came in the wrong spot. Also, Base lost. She got swept twice last week. Unheard of.
Yeah, it's because she didn't play me, so
Wow.
she would have won.
I'm pretty sure she would. If I could sweep you, Donde, Base can sweep you.
That's exactly what I was saying. I was saying she swept me a couple weeks ago in Hero, and if she was playing me, she would have swept. Yeah, I was self-deprecating, bro.
Oh,
Wait,
I'm an
Donde
idiot.
lost?
Skip.
Donde lost? Can we see that again?
No.
Can we just go back and look at the game again?
No, we need to keep moving. We got to get to the hypest part of this whole show.
Final match of the week, Due Process versus the Mashawishas. Due Process, one of the best stories of the season so far. A team that is very much alive in the playoff race, only 1 point behind Aeon now in 6th, 15-12. With a win Heatshot got a win at the top for the Mashawishas, and then Goose, Mr. Python, and Boolean holding it down to get the W here with Ufric getting a win for the Wishas. So closer than some might have expected based on the way this season has gone, but knowing the quality that Mashawishas actually have outside of this season, I'm not surprised they were able to put up a bunch of points. Due Process, though, like I said, good story here that they are very much alive going into the final week. Tune, I'll start with you on this one here. What did you think?
Hold on, I gotta put my phone close to my face so I can read this.
You were 4 out of 5 on this one.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, like you said, there are still great quality players on Mash and Wishas, and that just, once again, just goes to iterate that, like, it doesn't matter who you're playing in pro, any team can put up good numbers on you or, like, ruin your your chances, even though they might be close to the bottom of the chart, that they still have a chance to just come in and smack you around. So, this last week that's coming up here and this week, proved huge for a lot of teams that were super close for playoffs. And, some of these lower seeded teams, put some big points up. So,
all right.
That's all I got.
Lotus. Lotus.
Okay.
There you go.
So, I think Due Process is. I like Due Process as a team this season. They've been doing. They've been carried a little bit by one or two other players, but they've been doing pretty well, and beating the Wishas is important. They need a lot of points. It's not a time where they can waste any point, but they're still close. They're 1 point behind Aeon. And assuming Donde can do his role right, it may be just the thing they need to sweep in.
Well, we'll have to see about that. Mako, last thoughts here on Week 10 before we wrap it up.
Due Process is one of my favorite Cinderella stories that we've had in THL in recent memory.
Absolutely, because not only did they struggle last season, they struggled the start of this season and really put it together. So definitely nice to see them be right in the thick of it here going into Week 11. So we're going to talk about Week 11, but before we get to that, we have the THL 5th year anniversary. It's hard to believe that the organization has been around that long. Mako, you put together a fun little package here for what we're doing starting next week to celebrate the 5th anniversary. I know you put out an awesome video, so if anybody hasn't watched the video yet, check out our YouTube, or is it still up? I know it got copyright claimed because you used some copyright music in it.
Listen, one, that was your idea, and two, it just got copyright claimed not to be taken down, but like we can't make any ad revenue, like that kind of
Well,
thing.
we weren't going to do that anyway, so
we weren't going to make any ad revenue in the first place, so it's fine.
No.
But we went over money stuff, and we said we got enough. Let's do something. I said let's do something for the community, and then we came to this, and I threw a bunch of shit together, contacted all of our shows, and here we are. So if you are interested in having a chance at winning some Dark Moon Fair packs, every single show next week, starting on the 9th, which is Monday, is going to be doing some form of giveaway of $10 of Dark Moon Fair packs. The match shows, the shows where people are actually playing on them, those are going to be just randomized for the viewers. And the players should be included as well, I would assume, because they can't watch, but they're on stream.
They will be. Soccer and I've already talked about it. They will be.
So if you're playing on one of the streams, which we encourage you to do so, especially because it's Legacy Finals week, you will be included in the pack giveaways. So don't fret about that. The talk shows like HearthCenter and Wild Announce and Saloon and Tavern Talk, they will be doing giveaways as well. But we kind of left it up to them on how they do it. So they'll talk about it on their show, what they're planning on doing for their giveaway. So make sure you tune in to see what they're doing. I know one show is going to be doing some trivia throughout their episode, and the packs will go to the winner of that from chat. So it's gonna be show dependent. But I think the two things I'm most excited for are Saloon, with the Avi versus Itachi show match, where they're going to be playing a show match best of 5 using decks from a specific THL meta that will be voted on by the community. So you all will have a chance to vote on a meta from Hearthstone's past, and those two players will be playing decks from that specific meta on Saloon next week. And then on Thursday, with MMI and Loomer and Slimsh, talking about the history of Conquest and Legacy Series and THL and ranking all of our championship teams. So they're essentially just going to be picking which HSA version is the best.
Okay.
Which we all know is last season's HSA team. Not true. It was actually a few seasons ago HSA team, but nonetheless, we're excited. Also, we have a tournament next Sunday. And Saku, do you want me to announce that right now?
Talk about Family Feud.
I will. Sorry, Saku messaged me during talking about this. I'll wait for his answer. But we have a tournament next Sunday. Okay, so Saku has messaged me and said that he's going to donate a 40-pack Dark Moon Fair bundle to the tournaments for next week, next Sunday. I'm assuming that would go to the winner of the tournament because the 40 packs are just one purchase. But Saku's coming in hot. The tournament prize has just gone up like skyrocketed.
Yep.
First place, yeah. So first place in the THL 5th anniversary tournament next Sunday, starting at noon Eastern time, will end up getting 55 Dark Moon Fair packs.
Not a bad little
if you want to sign up for the tournament, the link to sign up is in our Discord right now, in the 5th anniversary tournament channel. It'll also go up again tonight because I'm going to put everything for this next week into a big announcement post tonight. So you'll also see it there. But we're going to be doing all that, and then Lotus on Schoolstone is going to be hosting a THL family. Everyone's signing up right now. Yeah, now they are. Yeah. They went from 15 to 55, and they're like, I think I can set aside a Sunday evening. I got some time on my hands now.
Yeah, it just came up.
Lotus is going to be hosting on Schoolstone Saturday. I think around like 4ish. THL Family Feud. Yep. You want to tell them who's going to be on that before we get to Battlegrounds?
Yeah. Some people might be one of the hosts here hasn't confirmed yet, but one of the hosts has confirmed. You can for sure see Tuna there. Tuna's going to show up among many others. Diamond is also going to be live. I believe Saku is going to be live as well. And the others will be confirming soon, but a certain Mexican and a certain hat wearer may be there.
A certain Mexican?
Wow. Hey, but
do we have to put up a wall to keep him out of the Family Feud, or?
Yeah, I hope so. I hate that guy. No, I'm kidding. I love him. But anyways, so based on what Saku just did, I will be actually help casting the entire THL tournament, and I've just decided I will give away a $40 bundle as well to a random viewer in chat, or a 40-pack bundle to a random viewer in chat throughout randomly one time throughout the entire tournament.
So you heard it here first. This is literally happening. Like we're doing it live.
We're doing it live, boys. But yeah.
I guess we should announce that. I guess we should announce that as well. Brushy and Ron Mexico are going to be the ones hosting the THL tournament on stream, while myself and Bastinc will be the ones mainly moderating it. It's fine. Moderating the tournaments. So you will have a chance to win and get 55 packs, and it looks like Brushy's donating 40 for a random viewer. So make sure you tune in as well and watch the stream. Okay, cool. This is literally happening as we go. So It's fine. It's just happening just like when I did that video because that all got put together in about 30 minutes. We literally did it live one take. So yeah, that's next week. All of this information will go up in the Discord after HearthCenter's over, and I type it out, and you can get see more specifics on what each show is doing and stuff like that. So yeah, so you don't have to go back and watch the video again.
But you should watch the video again because it's
You
awesome.
should watch it because I did 55 push-ups for. I did 11 push-ups for a sub that Cherub gifted earlier.
There you
So
go.
go back and watch that too.
Yeah, watch all the VODs while you're at it. Just keep watching them.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff happening next week, which I'm excited for. HearthCenter's going to join in on the fun. Of course, we're going to have giveaways as well. We're going to be doing some historical power rankings. We love to do our power ranks here, and we're beyond Legacy and Hero season, regular season that is. So we don't have any player power rankings to talk about. So why not power rank a few things? Some of the best players of all time, best teams of all time, things of that nature. So join us. It should be fun. We have a special guest. We're not going to reveal that. They actually thought they were on tonight and messaged me in the middle of the show being like, I'm about to hop in. I'm like, no, you can't do that tonight because that'll spoil it.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So we're transitioning into Battlegrounds reveals, and as we do this, I'm going to do a perfect Lotus transition here because the other show we haven't mentioned yet is Wild and Out next Monday. And Base Inc. will be on Wild and Out talking about Battlegrounds, and they will be previewing week 1 of Battlegrounds matchups. So if you are playing in Battlegrounds and you'd like to see the week 1 matchups being previewed, then check out Wild and Out next Monday to see those previews and matchups talked about.
Yes, indeed. And Lotus, take us in, man.
Sure. Well, I'm going to sing the song in Spanish because Mako is going to be going insane because of it, and I'll do this as an homage to being here. So I hope you're all ready for the chorus because I'm just going to sing the chorus, and it's way too hard to sing. Estoy aquí. Queriéndote, ahogando entre foros de cadenas de recuerdos que no puedo comprender. Estoy enloqueciéndome, cambiándome un pepo cara mía esa noche por el día y nada le puedo yo hacer.
Awesome.
Was that okay?
That was more than okay.
Good.
That was phenomenal. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
No worries. Always happy to do it for 5 subs.
Oh yeah, 5 subs. Yeah, that's more than getting your money's worth for that, I imagine. So we're gonna now reveal the Battlegrounds teams. They are 4-player teams. Some of them have captains that are playing as well, so they'll obviously be indicated there. I'm gonna reveal them in chunks of 4. There are 12 total teams here, so let's start with the first 4 teams. There we go. For the boys, captained by Base Inc. Players are Base Inc. Dabs, Diamond, and German Shep. Meat Stack. Okay. Boozosaurus. Also playing Ghost, Blue Sombrero, and Scritch. Sounds like one of our Among Us games. Phantom Force is Captain Fire Emblem Z, or Emblems. And FBM2, Rice Bowl, and Blue Jay will also be on that team. And then Always Go Flurgle, great team name. Hockey Boys, also playing with Steffi, Eclair 6, and Riot. So I personally don't know where's the star. Was there a star submitted?
I put a star on it. This is all you.
We can correct on the fly.
Yeah, don't look at me.
Bang, asterisk. You got it.
Bang.
Pow.
Pow.
I had Kung Pao chicken for dinner tonight, and all I could think of was Brushy the entire time, yelling "Pow." It's ruined my mind.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
I hope I ruined your night. Yeah.
So I personally don't know too much about these players' pedigrees regarding Battlegrounds. Brushy, you're kind of our BG expert here. Are any of these players good? Get right up in that cam, man.
Yeah, you want me to get closer? Here we go. I think Steffi's really good. I think Base is like above average.
I mean,
think she's like 9K.
Base is good at everything, so that's
Base
not
is good at
surprising.
anything Base touches. Because Base is amazing and the coolest. I think Rice Bowl is kind of up there too. And I think Riots I've seen up there as well.
Fire Emblem is letting us know that he has defeated Crypt many times, so that is.
All right, Fire Emblem.
That's a thing.
It's pretty good. I've never played against Fire Emblem, so I personally haven't seen you.
My
Oh,
rating
that
of
game is
0
so
doesn't
good.
have any weight here, so.
Nice. Don't worry, Donde. I have extra rating for you, man. You can have some of my 11K.
Thanks, man. Really means a lot.
Quick question for Fire Emblem: Three Houses or the old one with the three characters?
No.
The girl. Which one? I forget their name now. Lynn. That one was so good. Oh, I really like that game.
All right. Well, let's reveal our next set of teams. Pow!
Wow!
We got Lil Rags Raiders. That's captained by It's Me, Mike V. He's also playing. Reverb, Neji Boston, and Wash in the Wind there. We got Tier 1 captained by Jerry Damage, also playing, alongside Jammies, Bass, and Haster. Bob's Bounty Hunters, captained by Jump Float, also playing. Hoppa Bear, Andrasti, and Pocky plays. And Party Rockers is Lemur, not playing, with Jester, Bach for Life, Dragon Rider, and JR Juggerlaw. So I have heard of the names in Bob's Bounty Hunters, so I would assume this is a strong team.
Yeah, I have as well. So I know they're at least somewhere in like 8K and above.
Yeah.
So yeah, that team right now to me off rip is looks just as what I know, like the strongest team off rip.
So Bach is saying Party Rockers is pretty good. Not biased anyway.
Yeah. I think everyone but that Bach guy is actually pretty good at BGs.
Aw. He likes Vectus Mage, though, so that's pretty cool.
That's true. I do love him for that, but, you know.
Mako and Lotus, anything about these players here in this group of teams?
I know very, very little about Battlegrounds.
That's why we have Tuna here.
Yeah.
Don't throw it to me.
I like playing Battlegrounds. I'm awful at it.
Oh, I'm miserable at them.
All I know is I get the elementals, and I win when I get all the elementals and know me.
Not exactly, but I'll give it to you.
I asked the captains to send me like ratings and stuff of players. I didn't get anything. I was hoping for some info.
Do you want me to create random facts for players?
I mean,
I can do that.
I mean that's
Too late.
too.
I played against Dragon Rider today.
Oh, there you go.
We just met on ladder. I was playing Highlander Rogue for some reason.
Well, the genie is not the name of the game anymore, RoboCat. That man, they posted some nerfs and buffs today, so you might want to go check that out.
Ruh-roh. All right, we've got one final set of teams here. Pow. The Uncalled For, great team name. Matty Ebbs is the captain, also playing with Darkside, Nade, and Osmonaut. Speaking of a 5-year anniversary name, Nade right there. Former THL commish. Genie in a Bottle, which I don't like to pump Mako's ego too much, but this is my favorite team name. Did you just start dancing like Christina Aguilera, BrushyTuna?
Maybe.
Okay. Respect.
I will say this.
You saw nothing.
So, captain of this team, sorry, Mako, do you have something you'd like to say?
Yeah, I just want to hype up my name here for a second.
That's a good name.
That name came to me immediately because I didn't know of anything Battlegrounds related except for that one freaking card, like token or whatever.
Yeah, it used to be Tavern Tier 5, but now it's Tavern Tier 6, 5/6. When it dies, put an elemental in your hand and on the field.
This team was a result of the time I said I might fuck around and grab some of these free agents.
And you did. And
so I just did.
And you hit on a couple of them. Swaybe and Itachi seem real good. Coles is trash.
Yeah, that's very good.
I don't know why you did that. Dr. Fish, he's got to be better than Coles, so. Concede Your Match is your Mumked's team. I love that he's integrated the "your" into the the team name there. He's also playing with Lolnenko, Agent PWE, and the letter W. And then Friends of Bob is captained by Wild9, also playing with Bill Snyder, Charup, and Superhero. So Charup, he of the 5 gifts tonight. So I'm going to say only nice things about Friends of Bob because the 5 gift subs gets you that courtesy. But I will say, Concede match looks like a strong team. I know Lolnenko's a very good BG player, and your Mumkin Agent PWE I'm familiar with as well. I don't know the letter W, but I assume if he's on the team, he must be good. This seems like probably a no pros hero based team, if I had to guess. Tuna?
Me? I don't know, actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't know if you were throwing it to me or not. Like the way you ended that. I couldn't
My
tell.
bad. Lolnenko says the letter W is 12K plus. Okay. That's decent.
Nice. I haven't seen the letter W yet. He must be avoiding me. Oh well.
Ooh, okay. So you're throwing down the challenge. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, bring it on, the letter W.
Quick reminder: Wild9's team is the one that won the little test run.
Test run.
Practice round or the test run. Mm-hmm. That is true.
I mean, it pays to be friends of Bob, obviously. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
You get those favorable rolls.
Flex, Brushy. Hold on. I don't know how to do this. There we go.
You throw the phone in the air, then you flex and you catch the phone. Obviously.
I think that worked. But anyways, the one thing I do want to say about this reveal is when we were going through, there's so many new names. So many new names on all these teams that just came in here to play on this BG series. And that's incredible to me. I absolutely love that. And I love that the reach of the THL is just still ever growing. Swaybe, big streamer, came in playing BGs and stuff like that. All these other players that are big names in BGs coming in to play BGs here for THL. And that's awesome. I absolutely love that. And I love all of you for coming here. And I really hope you all enjoy your time here.
And I think we saw a lot of that with Wild as well. And Battlegrounds obviously brand new. There hasn't really been a ton of competitions outside of the exclusive invitationals for the streamers and whatnot that Blizzard has put on. So this is really a first. I think that's pretty cool that we're getting in on the ground floor as far as the competition is concerned. I know Wild has been very, very healthy here in the first 2 seasons, and I'm hoping BGs get to take off in the same way. And we're planning on supporting it with not only having series, but we want to continue to have content. We're going to be showing the matches as much as we can, just like we do with anything else. We're going to get it into the weekly rotation with the shows. We're going to be talking about all these matches as well. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that everybody knows that if you're playing in the BG series, you're going to be well taken care of from a content perspective. There will definitely be outlets to watch THL BG series. Tuna is going to be the voice of BG. So I
purposely didn't play on any team, so that way I can ensure that or assist as much as I can for content side of BGs, as much as I can. So that's my main focus, to make sure y'all get this content that we all want to see.
Yeah, I'm glad that we've tried it out too a little bit. We've done some BG streams as well, so I think we have a good idea of what we need to do from a presentation perspective, and hopefully we can hit the ground running as this starts up and do it proper. Timon wants you to teach him how to BG, Tuna.
Yeah, I just responded to him.
Oh, nah. Okay.
Nah.
Sorry. Maybe you gift him a sub. A little Bradbury. All right. Well, any other thoughts on the teams here before we go ahead and talk about the Week 11 Pro Series and playoff race? I'm gonna take that as a no.
No. I got nothing.
I think apologies if you expect this to have power rankings. To be honest, I don't think you want us to power rank these, because you would probably get very pissed off because we don't have enough information to power rank these teams. So if anything, you're welcome.
Yeah, I think I'd be the closest one to be able to probably know the most in their ratings and stuff like that, and I refuse to even do a power ranking.
I think we'll see if Palbot wants to take a crack at it.
If you're
good luck, Palbot.
If you're looking for,
I'll give Bays and Diamonds team 3-star out of whatever my system
78.
is. just because they deserve it. And I'll give, Mike V's team 2 ice creams.
2 ice creams, as long as they're
Nice.
cookie dough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's hop into to week 11, match
Week
number
11.
1, and this is one we talked about a little bit earlier. Hype week for the boys. F2L.
Hype match.
This
Hype
is
week.
yeah. We're just gonna kick it off with probably what is the most not only impactful match of the week, but probably the most interesting match of the week, and for the boys versus F2L here. So for the boys, obviously looking to secure that number 1 overall seed, and the magic number for them at this point is 16. So with no other factors whatsoever, nothing else mattering to them in how any other series plays out. If they score 16 points, they are the number 1 seed, and then they are in the playoffs, guaranteed. 4 of the boys cannot get knocked below the 4 seed, barring even if they were to get 0 points, there's just no way for them to be eliminated. So congratulations for the boys in making the playoffs. But F2L needs this bad, because F2L's magic number to secure the playoffs is also 16. So if they score 16 points, they effectively lock everyone else out below them and will be in. So do we think that 16 points will happen for either of these teams? I'll start with you, Mako.
I will listen.
Listening is good.
I'm gonna slide a 20 to everybody on For the Boys to absolutely demolish F2L this week.
Did you 5-0 this one? So I 5-0 the other way?
I think I wasn't paying attention to who For the Boys was playing. I think I have it as like a 3-2 for the boys. But
You do.
Okay, yeah, Dab says he'll do it for 5, so
Nice.
I'll slide.
Hey, you made money there.
Slide. Yeah. No, I didn't make money. I lost money.
Yeah,
I buy
think
y'all Pokemon card packs.
I think if you're picking a 3-2, you're probably saying the score is going to end up in like the low teens range, like maybe like a 15-12, 14-12, something along those lines. I personally have it as a 4-1 for the boys, with Jammies being the 1 win for F2L. So I do expect that for the boys, in my estimation, that for the boys will lock into that 1 seed. And keep in mind, if they score 16 points, even if they don't score 16 points, they can still get the 1 seed depending on how Hyper Horizon does and Bad of the Moan does. But yeah, I think that they'll just outright it, and it's going to make things tough for F2L. Hopefully. In Aeon and Due Process's favor, of course. So that's my predictions. Tuna.
To be honest, I feel one way about this. I think this match is going to turn out, but then I feel a different way about this match because I got to beat Mako in picks. So for all these picks for week 11, I don't hate everyone. Just know I picked the complete opposite that Mako has, in hopes that Mako just has a dumpster week, and that's the only way I beat him in this pick game. That's it. That's the only way I can beat him. So either I'll get dead last, or I'll somehow get first.
You know what's really funny though?
What's up?
You're not even in second place. Like, you also have to beat Donde.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about Donde at this point. It's either you're first
I don't
or
either,
you're last.
So.
All right, I swept him in here. All right, swept him last week in pro.
Whatever.
I'm done with Donde for the season. All right.
I mean, you're just done with pro for the season because you're sitting out this week. So.
I mean, it's not my fault. But, anyways.
All right, Lotus, your thoughts on For the Boys versus F2L?
I have to give this one to For the Boys. They're just insane. Yeah, they lost last week, and F2L is a great team, but I think Berserk is going to win for F2L, and that's it. I think For the Boys is going to win 4-1, and we'll talk about what this means for playoff race later, but I am going to go with a 4-1 for the boys.
All right. Match number 2, Hype Horizon versus the Unknown.
Hype.
So another one here where Hype Horizon needs quite a few points in order to pass for the boys, or have a chance to pass for the boys, I should say. Unknown, playing for pride, playing to just be that team that knocks out all the potential playoff contenders, as they could go 3 weeks in a row doing it here.
Yeah.
So Hype Horizon is in good shape to make the playoffs, though. They only need 5 points. So as good as the Unknown has been doing, 5 points seems pretty reasonable for Hype Horizon to attain, considering they're averaging almost 17 points a week. So I would say almost assuredly that we're going to be looking at a Hype Horizon team in the playoffs, which is a prediction that we all made, of course, at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
I have this as a 3-2 win for Hype Horizon, with Isocles and Skittles getting wins for the Unknown. So I do think it'll be a little closer, and I think that's going to stop Hype Horizon from passing for the boys. So I'm going to project that I've got Hype Horizon in the 2 seed going into the playoffs here. Brushy, it's your team. You're not playing this week. I know you're on the chart there, but you subbed. DeSharmo's actually playing instead against Liquid Ox because scheduling conflicts. So why don't you tell us what you think here?
So in all honesty, I know I think this match is actually going to be like very close. I think this is actually going to be like, I'm not just saying this because like just because of how well we've been playing recently, I think there's a chance that like if we lose, it will be like a close loss. It'll be like a 12-10 or something like that, and that could cost Hype Horizon the second, or like even like bump Hype Horizon down a seed or two. And so just for Hype Horizon, like they like even though they're like almost locked for playoffs, like you still gotta know like it's like, do you want to face for the boys round 1, or do you want to face like F2L or Aeon or Due Process instead? So like that's kind of what Hype Horizon need to look at, or Battlegrounds, right? Yeah. Oh, I missed him. I was trying to read the chart as I said that. So like that's what you got to look at this week for like Hype Horizons. Like even though you're facing a team that's not in the playoffs, and even though you are almost guaranteed playoff lock, your seeding it also could like hugely, be a first round bounce from playoffs and whatnot. So.
Yeah, much, much better for them to be in that 2nd or 3rd seed than it would be to have to play for the boys in the first round of the playoffs. I mean, if someone's going to win the championship that's not for the boys, somebody's going to beat them at some point here, but if someone else can do the work for you, then you're glad to let them. Lotus, your turn here, Hype Horizon versus the Unknown. What do you think's happening?
Well, I think this is going to be a bloodbath. I think Hype Horizon wins in 4 of their seeds. I'm still going to give credit for Skittles because I think Skittles is insane, and it makes no sense for me that Skittles would end the season 2-8. So I think Skittles beats D-Money, but other than that, Hype Horizon.
All right, and Mako?
Realistically, I want to say Hype Horizon wins this, but the Unknown has upset 2 teams in the past 2 weeks, so
True.
I don't
we
know,
really
man.
have, which is weird. Been kind of like shitty like all season, and then we're like, hey, what if we just bounce these teams from playoffs and like make their playoff dreams harder?
Real happy that you did that.
Yeah, you're welcome, Aeon.
Yeah, fuck you. I don't know. I think like on paper, Hype Horizon wins this 70 out of 100 times, but based on recent trends, I kind of want to just give it to the Unknown.
All right. Well, also shout out, as Diamond says, Ox, happy birthday, man. Turned 18.
Yeah, he bought a Corona for his first beer.
I did see that. Yeah, that's a misplay, but sure.
It's pretty funny to be honest, but
well, because of the world.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, he's 18 and can drink, which legally anyway, we can't do here in the U.S. So shout out to Britain. All right, onward. 3rd match, Bat of the Bone, King Cloud Fiesta. So this is another match with a team that is likely to make the playoffs. Bat of the Bone a little bit further away from being secure, but 11 points still very, very much within the realm of possibility. So Bat of the Bone, 11 points gets them in guaranteed. King Cloud Fiesta, as we discussed, is mathematically eliminated. So this is straight up pride for them. Do we think that there is going to be a shakeup that will result in Bat of the Bone not making the playoffs? I personally feel that will not be the case. I've got a 4-1 win for Bat of the Bone, with Base Tank being the only W for King Cloud Fiesta. So I think Bat of the Bone will be fine here. I would imagine they'll get at least like 15, 16, 17 points would be my projection here. So Lotus, I'll let you take this one next.
I think we're going to sweep, but I'm being greedy, and
Picking yourself
I
this week.
like. Yeah, I picked myself last week as well. But yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty good match. I mean, I like everyone in Canadian Clown Fiesta. They're all nice players. They've had pretty bad record this season, but a lot of them have done a really good job in THL before. And Bazed is completely insane. So yeah, I do think we're going to get a win, but I think keep an eye out for this team next season.
Mako, I think we were pretty in line here with our thoughts on this match.
Were we?
Yeah.
That should have been my strategy, was just pick the same as you.
Well, you
Yeah, it really should have been, because then, or whoever's in second. That way the person in second can't pass
Stop
me.
gaming the system. Just pick who you think's going to win.
Nah,
No,
I had to
man.
game the system this week.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I picked Bad to the Bone here.
You
I
did
think I went
4-1.
with I went with a 4-1, yeah,
Mhm.
with Base picking up the 3C match.
And Tuna.
Listen, so I know I have 4-1 Canadian Clown Fiesta because I have to somehow beat Mako. But in all honesty, there are multiple players like Wangor, Yachtster, Based. I know Phoenix is pretty good, and Corden, gets some weird wins that you don't expect him to get. So I think there is honestly a chance that Canadian Clown Fiesta actually upsets Bad to the Bone and knocks him out of the playoffs. And all
Ooh,
honestly,
all
like
right.
I think there is a chance for that. I don't know what that chance is, but Canadian Clown Fiesta they do have players that could easily compete with every single player on Bad to the Bone and possibly beat them. So I think there's a chance that Canadian Clown Fiesta could possibly bounce Bad to the Bone out of the playoffs.
All right. So now we've talked about all the teams that are currently in position in the playoffs here. Let's move on to a team that is alive but not currently in the playoffs. It's Aeon playing the Windkeepers this week. Windkeepers mathematically out of it right now. Aeon is very much alive. Oh, it should be mentioned that oh no, I already mentioned F2L. They need 16 points to make the playoffs.
Mhm.
So Aeon needs some help here. They're gonna need a win, obviously. Gonna need some points, and then we'll need either F2L or Bad to the Bone. Hyper Horizon is a possibility, but of course the math is just so unlikely that Hyper Horizon falls out that really Aeon is looking to top out at maybe the 3 seed on a good day, but 4 is probably the ceiling. So gotta come with the points this week ahead of F2L by at least 8. Keep in mind now the tiebreaker in this Aeon versus F2L would go to Aeon because Aeon did win that match earlier this season. So that is a slight advantage in Aeon's favor. I've got an Aeon sweep because that's what I do, and I believe in our team. Mako, do you believe in our team?
Yeah, I believe in 4 out of 5 members of our team.
Yep,
Full
that's what I
flush.
figured.
Yeah, your 4 seed is a little sketchy.
Well, so Tuna, you believe in one of our 5 team members then, right?
Well, I mean, that's only because I went opposite of Mako. I honestly wanted to pick Nails over you, but I have to game the system this week. Well, so here's the thing
Okay.
why I wanted to pick Nails. I beat
Hit
Nails,
me.
and I think Nails is good, so therefore Nails also beats you.
Ipso facto, yes.
Yeah.
Through some logical something. I don't know. Someone figure out the math. I ain't doing it.
That's the exact same reason for picking Nails. Also, Donde has disappointed me way too many times.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Listen, I don't host the show to have you guys basically throw an intervention on me in the middle of it for letting you down and not scoring
Donde,
enough points.
Donde, you wouldn't let me stay on this show for as long as I did if this is not what you wanted.
Yeah, secretly love it. All right, so I'll just go around the table here then real quick. Does Aeon make the playoffs? Mako, yes or no? Just one word answer.
Yes.
Tuna.
No.
Lotus.
Nope.
All right.
Donde.
I see. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Not biased.
No, not
Biased
at all.
think.
No.
Biased. Nice. All right, and our final remaining mathematically alive, or actually no, we have two mathematically alive teams left. But this is the one that's like most likely to happen. Due Process versus Tap last year. So Due Process has the advantage of playing a team that has struggled tremendously this season, which is very, very much a positive for them in terms of getting a lot of points. And just like Aeon, they pretty much need the exact same things to happen because they're only 1 point behind Aeon. But F2L and Bad to the Bone are the gatekeepers for them as well. So now the question becomes, does Due Process win, and do they get enough points during the win to be competitive? Now, I think that they are going to win 4-1 here. I've got Lawful Dog with a win over Mr. Python. It's the only win for Tap Last. So I think Due Process is going to get enough points to be in this discussion. Now, personally, since I said Aeon sweeping, that means I don't think that Aeon is going to get passed, obviously, by Due Process. But I wouldn't be surprised if Due Process did leapfrog F2L and ended up in 5th place. So, Tuna, I'll kick it to you here. Due Process, Tap Last.
So what? Screw whatever's on my pick sheet. The pick sheet's pick sheet. But in all honesty, I actually think Due Process takes the 4th slot in playoffs.
Yes.
I think they sneak in and take the 4th slot.
All right.
Agreed.
I think they just absolutely come in this week and dominate this week, and they sneak in just like by like a couple of points. Like they just barely get there. But I think Due Process is I honestly do. I think they were going to take the 4th slot.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lotus, you obviously agree with that.
I can't be better than Tuna at defending this one. Due Process is in.
All right, Mako, since you think Aeon's in, you obviously think Due Process is out, but what do you think's going to happen this week?
I think Due Process is going to take this one. They're going to just fall slightly short in 5th place.
And I mean, just looking back at our power rankings, by the way, I just want to say this. I'm going to take my lumps. I said Due Process was going to finish 12th. Lotus, you said Due Process was going to finish 12th. Mako, you said Due Process was going to finish 10th. And Brushy, you had the most belief in them, but at 9th. So they have exceeded, by any standards, all expectations this season. And this season's a success for them regardless of what happens. But they would obviously like that season to continue if possible. All right, we have one last match. And fortunately for us, all 6 matches this week were impactful in the potential playoff race. So this is kind of cool. Beard Boys, the dark horse versus Mash and Weishes here. Beard Boys are very much alive mathematically, but it is unlikely that they make the playoffs. They basically need all 23.
Yeah.
They need them all, and if they don't get them all, even if they get them all, the likelihood is low. But the question then becomes, do they get there? I think that they will win this week, but I don't think that, of course, that's going to work out in their favor point-wise. I've got them at a 4-1 win with Roadrunner getting the win over getting it in the 5 seed. Everybody else on Beard Boys getting a W over the Weishes there. So, Lotus, I'll start with you here.
Yeah, I think the Beard Boys, just a little bit earlier, if they had kicked in a little bit earlier, they would be such a competitive team, but they didn't. I think Roadrunner is going to be the one that wins for the Weishes, and the rest is going to be a really strong showing for the Beard Boys.
All right. Tuna.
Yeah, I think the Beard Boys do come out here. I think they'll win it 4-1. Maybe I think Mash and Weishes take 1 game. I think Beard Boys take this week, but I do think they're going to end up missing playoffs. I just think it's so hard. They need so many things to work out in their favor to take that spot, and I don't think it's going to happen. But I think it was a good try here at the end for Beard Boys, but I definitely don't think they end up pulling in.
Yeah, if this was a 12-week season and Beard Boys gets a big week here, they're very much in it. But it's gonna be too tough to overcome, I think, at this point. Mako, you've got this, I believe, as a win for Beard Boys as well.
I believe you are correct, but it's not gonna. We're outside of the playoff race here.
Yeah, unfortunate, but that's what happens when there's only 4 playoff teams. It's a very, very hyper-competitive conference. I mean, it's one conference, of course, but it's tough. It's tough to even make the playoffs is an achievement let alone winning the whole thing, because in a season like this, all these teams are so talented, top to bottom, any team capable every week. Tap last, they may be in last place right now, but we know they're a championship team. 110 points is still a fine season, and on any given week, I could see myself picking them. So, shout out to every team. Thank you guys for fighting hard every single week of the regular season and making this a very, very competitive series. And there's a reason it's pro. It's a lot of fun to play in, and just even getting like a 500 record as a player is something. A lot of the time, it's it's one of those things, like every week you see the person you're playing against, and you're like, man, I have to play against that person every week.
Yeah.
It's a gauntlet. Even if you're a 4 seed, 5 seed, doesn't matter. So. Unless it's BrushyTuna, and then I go, man, I'm playing BrushyTuna, and then he sweeps me.
Yeah. Former pro MVP sweeping you, Donde.
Yeah, you keep living that dream, bud.
It's not a dream; it was a reality at one point. But
now it's just a dream.
Yeah, that's fair.
Saku says all that Canadian FS needs is 57 points to get first place. He's right.
Y'all got it. I believe in you.
He's absolutely
I believe
correct.
in you, Saku.
Saku.
I mean, you automatically get 37
wrong.
points for being Saku.
Ooh,
so.
All right. We did not calculate this into our playoff predictions here. So. All right then. Well, that's everything for us this week. Thank you all for tuning in, and of course we will be back with the anniversary show next week. That should be exciting, and then we'll also be talking about. Oh.
Nope, I'll do it last.
Oh, let's say also we'll be talking about the preview of the playoffs and everything too. So big show next week, a lot of fun. If you're looking to play on stream this week, Saturday, still looking for matches, so let me know. Not 8 or 9 p.m. Or 10 p.m. if we would do that. So if you'd like to play on stream, you're in a playoff match, or you're in a playoff impactful match in any series, let me know. We'll get you on there. Mako, you got stuff.
Well, we may or may not also be doing a teensy-weensy little bit of a giveaway for the small expansion bundle next week as well on our Twitter. So if you're not following the Twitter, I would suggest to go do that now if you want a chance to also win that.
All the way down in the bottom right corner of your screen, at @THL_HS. That is our Twitter. Please do follow that. Brushy's pointing to his name as well, at BrushyTuna.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out my phone camera points from where my hand is.
Yes,
it's
follow Mako for spicy memes and Scene Kid music takes. And follow Donde for the occasional retweet from a famous streamer, and also bad food opinions, because, I don't just confine that to Discord. I'm a revolutionary like that. Lotus, don't follow
our
Twitter
for spicy Hearthstone memes.
No, I'm not on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram if you know my true name.
So no one's following him on Instagram.
His true name is Night Lotus. He just flipped his name around. His true name is Night Lotus. Follow him.
Impressive. That's going to do it for us. Saku did mention that Sunday's open, so if you're looking to play Sunday as well, Sunday night, let us know. We'll get you on stream. That's it. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week. Tune in tomorrow night for Tavern Talk, 9 p.m. That's our legacy show. Other than that, good luck in your matches this week. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Mako, Tuna, Lotus, thanks for being here. We'll see y'all next week. Have a good one.
See y'all.
See y'all.